What's going on YouTube? This is API Phone Help, and Sony just had their press conference on Wednesday, and they announced the PS4. Well, they kind of announced it. They announced what they're going to do with it, but they didn't really show anything off, which I believe they're going to wait for E3 to show that off, and I will definitely have information about that as it comes out. But they did show off their controller, which is really cool, and they showed off this like bar thing. It's kind of like the Wii or the Xbox Kinect that works with the controller, which is really cool. Good idea with it. But with the actual system, I think there's so many prototypes that they're not gonna like show it off yet. Definitely wait for E3 to hear a lot more about this. But as for the specs now, for RAM, it's going to be 8 GB DDR5 RAM, unified. They don't really know how fast it's going to be, but I mean, that's pretty good for a system. Obviously, the PS3 does not really have that great, and the Xbox 360 doesn't really have that great of RAM, just because they're systems, and like nobody really thought that it would have that. So this is a really big upgrade, especially for doing multiple things at the same time, like downloading games and playing them, which is going to be one of their biggest features that they're doing. Is they're going to allow you to download a game and then play it while it's downloading, so you can just download it, and as it's 1%, you can play the game, which is awesome, and it'll be super fast with the downloading times. Another cool feature with the RAM kind of is that the PlayStation won't really have a boot up time. You're just gonna push the button, and as soon as you push the button, it's gonna be on, like at the PlayStation home menu, and it won't have any boot up time at all. So that's really cool, because they're going to offer like system updates while it's turned off, but the PlayStation, like it won't really be turned off, because it'll always be able to run and do certain things while it's like off, but not really like running. So it's kind of a little confusing in that way, but I'm really excited to hear more about it when they actually announce the PlayStation 4 and show us every single feature at E3. So obviously they're going to be having all the same ports that the PlayStation 3 had. They're going to be having the USB ports, and they're going to be 3.0 or USB 3.0. So that's a really good upgrade for faster charging time for the controllers. They're going to have auxiliary out, Ethernet obviously, so you can play online. There's going to be HDMI out, digital output, and analog, just in case you're still on an old like TV like that doesn't have HDMI, which really no one has anymore, but just in case, they are offering that analog AV out. Alright, so now for the downsides. They didn't really announce a price, but everyone's saying that's going to be in the like $450 to $700 range. I know when the PlayStation 3 came out, it was like $800, which was like the bundle pack. So it's probably going to be really expensive as soon as it first comes out, which that's expected with all systems as soon as they first come out. And the worst thing that came out of this press conference was that it is not going to be backwards compatible with PlayStation 3 games. You can probably download them through PlayStation Network, but you cannot put a PlayStation 3 game in the PlayStation 4. It will not be backwards compatible, which is going to turn a lot of people off from getting this game console, because as soon as the PlayStation 4 comes out, there's not going to be many people who have PlayStation 4 games. They're going to want to play the PlayStation 3 games, and they're not going to be able to do that. So Sony, that was just a bad call on your part. But I believe that like Xbox 720 or whatever is probably going to do the same thing, and all of them from now on are probably going to keep on doing that. So it is something that's going to be new to games and new to gamers that they're just going to have to get used to. But that's probably one of the worst things that Sony had to say at this press conference. Alright, so now with the controller, this is officially the DualShock 4 controller, and it's a little bit redesigned, other than like the DualShock 2 and DualShock 3 controllers. So the DualShock 4 controller is going to have a touchpad in the middle of it, as well as a share button. So they are offering a huge big amount of social media and social networking within the PlayStation 4 and the new PlayStation Network that's going to be along with the PlayStation 4. And that share button is just going to come in handy a lot of times while playing games and stuff like that. But the touchpad is going to also come in handy with games, and I'm really excited to see how they're going to incorporate the touchpad with the games and like in-game play and everything like that. They didn't really show off a lot of it, but they did show off some games which are just look amazing with the graphics that the PlayStation 4 offers. Alright, so as you can see by this picture right here, this is what the new PlayStation 4 controller is going to look like, the DualShock 4 controller. You can obviously tell right here is the touchpad that I was talking about, and the front of it is kind of cool because it's going to work with the PlayStation Eye, or the PlayStation camera that's going to be included with the PlayStation 4. And it's just going to be able to actually sense where you are in the room and sense how the controller is moving. This is going to help out with a lot of stuff with like the players, the number of players, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and as well as like different games. They're just going to use and incorporate that that actual like where you are in the room with the game, which I think that it has a good idea. I just want to see where the games are going to go with that actually in game. And lastly, with the DualShock 4 controller, it does have a audio jack, so you can put in audio and listen to the game with like a Turtle Beach or something like that, which they really should have had with the DualShock 2 controller, or 6-axis, whatever you call it, controller, like the first one that came out with the PlayStation 3. It just should have been on there. I don't really know why they didn't have it, but now they are definitely having that that availability of the headset jack. So you will be able to plug in a headset that's just like a 3.5mm headset. So it won't have to be like a wireless one like we're used to now. Alright guys, so that is it with the PlayStation 4 announcement. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel. I'll let you know as soon as I hear any more things about the PlayStation 4 or anything else that is tech savvy or tech related. Leave comments down below. Tell me what you think about the PlayStation 4. Tell me what you think about how Sony announced this, and what you think the PlayStation 4 is going to be like. Tell me if you are going to get it. Is certain things gonna hold you back from getting it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, it really helps me out. I forget if it's here or here, whatever it is. Just like this video, it really helps me out guys, I appreciate it. Like I said, make sure you're subscribed, and I will catch you Tuesday. Peace.